Early in the morning, when most vacationers are still at breakfast, Milo Lüderitz is at his post. 2 flags mark his section of the beach.
I'm a lifeguard here in Wenningstedt on Sylt. I've been doing this for about 10 years. For me, this is the place to be, right at the sea. The sea is always changing, never boring. Today, I'll show you 3 of my favorite spots on the island.
But first, we take a moment to enjoy the view from his beachside perch. Milo Lüderitz's first recommendation for Sylt leads us behind the dunes. We pass by the pond in the village and arrive at a Neolithic burial mound.
This is my personal highlight. Tip number 1, the Denghoog burial site in Wenningstedt. It's over 5,000 years old and still in original condition. Here in the midst of nature, you just have to experience it to understand what it's all about.
The ancient tomb was discovered in the 19th century and has been open to the public since 1928. Denghoog is the largest accessible Neolithic burial site in Schleswig-Holstein. It's made out of giant boulders that weigh up to 18 tons.
If you take a moment to imagine the immensity, the power that's at work here, it's truly amazing.
For many centuries, the inhabitants of Sylt were whalers and seafarers. The thatched Frisian houses testify to the island's rich history.
We've arrived in Keitum on the eastern part of the island. It's an idyllic little spot where sea captains once retired to build their homes.
The Romanesque church of St. Severin's on the edge of the village is visible from afar.
My second tip is St. Severin's Church in Keitum, built in the 13th century on a cliff that was considered sacred in pre-Christian times. It was built so high to offer protection from storms and flooding.
Before the church was built, the site was home to a pagan shrine. The tower was used by sailors as a navigational aid and later also served as a jail. The plain interior is decorated with panels that pay tribute to the long line of ministers of the church. The islanders may not be boastful, but they are proud of their history nonetheless.
What's striking about the church interior is that it's all rather simple and plain. The highlight here is the organ. We have organ concerts here once a week, which are very popular.
Our guide returns us across the dunes back to the beach and the bistro known as Buhne.
Now we're at my third and best tip. Here at Buhne in Kampen, you can dine on an evening meal of mackerel or just sit and watch the sea.
Buhne was founded in the 1970s by surfers and lifeguards. Today, the beachfront bistro is a favorite meeting spot of local residents and visitors alike.